40s and this coworker is in her 20s.
Bruh.
Come on.
Got it free anyway, so why do you care?
I'm actually getting so heated. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Good to see ya or nice to meet ya. Today we're doing a little bit of makeup and reading some Reddit stories. I am super excited. I'm a lurker on Reddit for sure. Like, I love just going there and reading, and some of it is so tea. Some of it is actually really disturbing and really scary though, and I feel bad for humanity at times on Reddit. But today we are going to one of my favorite subreddits to lurk on, and it is r/amioverreacting. So we're gonna pick out some stories and do a little makeup look. I was majorly inspired by this guy named Cameron Chase on here, or Outpig. He goes by Outpig too. He is incredible, literally the funniest person on this godforsaken platform. But yeah, go follow him too. He reads Reddit stories, and Smosh reads Reddit stories is another great one too. That's a favorite of mine. But let's get into it because I am running late. I'm gonna use this. It's just like a serum, but it's by Haru Haru. Black Rice Probiotics Barrier Essence. So let's get into that. Today, something that I've always wanted to wear but I'm a little bit afraid of is indie sleaze makeup. Ooh, I just think it looks so cool and just beautiful laid back grunge. Love it, love it. So we're gonna be doing that today. And I will put the video that I'm kind of loosely following up right here. So from what I've seen too, indie sleaze doesn't go heavy on the foundation. They're more like a natural slept in look. So I'm just going over the base. Ooh, hello, that's orange. My base is literally just gonna be moisturizer for this. But while we're letting our moisturizer soak in, let's get started on some Reddit stories. And for these, I haven't read any of these yet. I'm just going based off of title alone. So little word to the wise for writers, make a catching title, okay? Let's do this one. This was from 13 hours ago, so she's fresh. Am I overreacting for going to my manager after my coworker kept taking my standing desk setup? I work in an open office and my back starts acting up if I sit all day. Fair. I use a desktop standing desk converter. I got mine through one of those TikTok price drop promos where it ended up being free, and I was honestly shocked. I was so excited that I mentioned it to a couple coworkers, like, no way, I actually got this for free. That one comment turned into a whole problem. One coworker asked if he could borrow it for a few days. I said sure. A few days turned into weeks. Okay, immediately, absolutely not. I'm already mad at that guy. Then he started moving it to his desk whenever I stepped away. Like it was just a shared office thing. No, when I said something, he would laugh and go,
You're not using it all the time, what's the big deal?
Then he would hit me with,
You got it free anyway, so why do you care?
I'm actually getting so heated about this. It might be because I'm an only child and I have like problems sharing, but like this is crazy, bro. That's like, it kind of reminds me too of the people who are like, can I have a bite of your food and they eat your entire thing? Or like, can I have a sip and they drink your whole drink? Like, no. At a certain point, you are stealing. Like this is stealing. When you have this item so much, like you have taken it for yourself. That's crazy. Then we got a new hire. In the break room, that same coworker suggested, the one who is stealing, suggested we should just give it to the new person because it was basically for the team. I said no, of course, and he got annoyed and called me petty. The next day, I came back from a meeting and it was gone. Someone told me it got taken into a conference room so the new hire could try it. That was the point where I stopped going back and forth. I pulled up my order record and the messages where it already said he could borrow it, but he needed to ask first. Then I looped in my manager and said clearly, this is my personal item. This is not a team asset. Nobody should be moving it without asking me. My manager handled it fast and told him to put it back that day. They also reminded everyone not to touch other people's stuff without permission. And after that, the coworker acted like I was being so dramatic and said,
We are coworkers, you should chill.
am I overreacting for escalating it to my manager instead of just letting it slide? Absolutely not. This is the least overreacting thing I've ever seen in my life. It does not matter if you got something for free or not. It's still your item. The entitlement of this one is insane to me. Okay, now we're just gonna smudge it out. I wanna believe that that is fake, but I just know that people like that exist, unfortunately. I'm glad that manager stepped in because I have seen other stories where like the person writing the am I overreacting is clearly in the right, but like the people around them don't help them, and it's crazy. Okay, look, I really don't like this eyeliner. It's a pencil one. And I just realized reading this why I don't like it so much. This is a brow pen, not for your eyes, not for your peepers. We're gonna go in with this super dark shade from this CoverGirl True Naked Smoky palette. The great thing about Indie Sleaze makeup too that I love is that it's meant to be messy. Okay, now let's go in with this. Let's do this like lighter sparkly gray. And then it's a little bit too dark for me still, so I'm gonna go in with this super light.
Oh my God, what is that?
Okay, the base for the eyes is basically done. So let's read another story. This one looks juicy. Am I overreacting for divorcing my husband after he messaged friends about being interested in other women? Probably not. You're probably not overreacting, but let's go. This is from 5 hours ago, so this one's new too. I looked at my husband's messages. Yes, I know this is bad in and of itself, but I had reasons to be suspicious. We've been married for 5 years. I discovered he sent out at least 6 separate messages to friends bragging about flirting with and wanting to do sexual activities with one particular much younger coworker over a period of 6 months. He did not say he did anything, just that he wanted to and he thinks she is interested in him. An example of some messages. Sarah's looking pretty hot. She's been flirting with me. I think she wants to sex act. I'm going to do sex act with her in the back of the warehouse. Okay, so let me finish reading. We are in our 40s and this coworker is in her 20s.
Bruh.
Come on. I have never met this woman and he is not eager to bring me around his coworkers in general. I have no evidence that he is messaging this coworker directly or has actually cheated. No, this is cheating. He does follow her on Instagram. I can't definitively tell if he is just blowing off steam and bragging or posturing to other men in group chats, or if this is a real problem. I'm planning on divorcing him. He doesn't know yet. Am I overreacting? No. Just dropped my phone. No, you're not overreacting. Because too, I feel like when he's getting so detailed in the messages about what he wants to do to her, he is clearly fantasizing about this and spending a good amount of time thinking about this. And I really do think that something that he's this intense about is going to lead to action. Like to him following her on Instagram and everything like that and telling his friends about it all the time. You're not overreacting. Although I don't know, like maybe maybe instead of heading straight for divorce, I would talk to him first, because there's no evidence that he's actually done anything physical, but it's very clear from like what he's been saying that he is planning on doing it, or at least at the very least he wants to. He's unhappy with where he's at right now and he wants to move into that with this coworker. So I don't know, maybe it is overreacting to jump straight to divorce. I would talk to him first, for real. Me, like, being a marriage counselor, I'm not qualified. But I would probably talk to him first and get an actual certified marriage counselor for you guys. And then if that doesn't work, I would cut it loose for sure. But no, I don't think you're overreacting. I would be very upset about this as well. And for the record, I do consider this cheating. Even though it's not physically cheating. I don't know, let me know what you guys think, but I do still consider this cheating. I don't know if you can see it. There's a filter on this camera, by the way. You can't see that I have like acne and stuff, but I don't know how to get the filter off yet. I will figure that out, but it's just know that this is not actually how I look. Next, I'm gonna take some concealer. Now I'm gonna go in for contour with this little Merit contour stick. Okay, now we're going in with mascara, and next time, this is literally the last thing I have to do. Next time, I need to organize this better. I'm sorry, guys. Because I'm really only gonna have time for one more story on here. So I need to figure out a better way to do this. This is just a prototype, okay? By the way, do not sleep on CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna put on just a little bit of this Amy Cole stuff. I've had this for like 8 years, or however long. That might be a little dark. Okay, and that's the look. Let's read one more story. Again, I'm sorry about this. We're gonna work out the kinks, okay? Next time. I think next time, because makeup I feel like I have to be really focused for. So maybe next time we'll do like cooking, trying some recipes. I don't know. If you've made it this far, let me know what you want to see down below. Cooking, more makeup, I don't know. Whatever. Give me some ideas. Put you guys to work. So let's do one more story. Okay, this one, we're in a relationship mood for this right now. This one is titled, Am I Overreacting for Getting Annoyed with Partner Missing Payments? Juicy, maybe. This was from 5 hours ago. Hi all, just want an outside perspective on this, as I'm not sure if it was too harsh. My partner and myself live together but cover different bills. I cover the rent, car, and pet payments while he covers council tax, utilities, Wi-Fi, etc. Okay, this is already in euros, so this is clearly not American, and I don't know what council tax is. But I don't know, I'm assuming that that's pretty even for her to pay rent, car, and pet while he pays council tax, utilities, and Wi-Fi. I don't know. So this evening he casually dropped into conversation that our water bill this month was 180 euro and that he struggled to pay it in full, so we would be paying the remaining 80 next month. I somewhat panic, wondering how on earth our water bill has gotten so high. It's a 2-bedroom house, usually averaging 50 euro water bill PCM. I don't know what PCM is. And I immediately started trying to figure it out. The entire time he's sort of shrugging it off and has no clue why it's so high. I'm suspicious immediately. After talking about it, I asked to see the bills from this in previous month, which is where I spot that he hasn't paid the water bill for 4 months, explaining the high bill. Subsequently, I firmly tell him that in the future I want him to tell me if he skips any payments. I may not be able to help with it, but I at least want to know. Even if he plans on paying it the following month, etc., I want to be kept informed. He got very defensive that he will be paying the other 80 next month, though he hasn't considered that then he'll owe next month's too, and argued that he only pays them when he contacts them. In the end, I scolded him for not telling. Okay, scolding your boyfriend is giving like mommy, in a bad way. Scolded him for not telling me, explained I'm not as annoyed at him missing payments, but I am annoyed he hasn't told me for 4 months. Am I overreacting for this having annoyed me so much? I feel like I'm not Sorry, I feel like not telling me is the worst part. I can understand missing a month when struggling, but yeah, thank you for reading. You're welcome. No, again, I don't think you're overreacting on this one. Now, if you were like, I'm breaking up with him over this, I would think that's a bit of a jump. But when you live together and you're sharing bills, like, you really need to be communicating with each other for sure to make sure that things like this don't happen. Because what if they owed 180 euros or pounds or whatever and you didn't have that, and he just this whole time hasn't been telling her that they owe this money? Like, what if they got into trouble and they didn't have that? Well, then what do? You know? So definitely gotta communicate. I would be annoyed too, to be honest. Like, why wouldn't he tell her for 4 months? I don't know. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, let me know what I should do next time, because I do love reading Reddit stories and giving my unwanted, unqualified opinions on things. But it's so much fun, and definitely more vlogs will be coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for that if you want to see that too. But thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.